I feel like this bag is such a character in these vlogs. I'm home. I have finished running my errands. I got the heater and I got a few vitamin shots from Lidl. I've taken one. I got a few packages when I was away. I ordered a few things and they came while I was in Paris. So the first one is a book that I mentioned when I was out in Paris, if you watched that vlog. Oh, it was a book that I saw out there in Smith & Sons, which is like one of their English printing bookshops. It is a book called What Artists Wear by Charlie Porter. And Charlie Porter was a lecturer at my university. I'm not sure if he was there when I was there, but obviously I didn't study fashion, so he wouldn't have been my lecturer. But he was on my campus, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I kind of flicked through it when I was in the bookshop in Paris looking for something to read. And I didn't buy it at the time because it was wildly overpriced. I love non-fiction, and so I have got now something to kind of read intermittently with all my other books, which is how I traditionally treat my non-fiction books. I read them in conjunction with one another or with like a fiction book, so that is cool. Got it for £14.99 from Amazon instead of like €21. I just bought like loads of different like earrings and like rings. I got a lot of resin jewellery from Shein and I intend to keep them for a while, and I think that price wise you can't really go wrong with like a cheap resin sort of acrylic type earring ring bangle situation. So I personally don't have like a problem with buying jewellery from there. I have brought like loads of brown earrings specifically. There's loads of them here. I don't think I could possibly need like another set of like acrylic and or resin hoops like forever. Like this is one, and also this one, which at first glance they both look identical, but I assure you they are different. And I also got these, which have more brown on them, but I mainly got them for the pinks. Oh, it's not really showing. Maybe I need to take it out of the plastic. So I got these. It's not showing up, but the ones in the middle, the pair in the middle, are a buttermilk colour, which if you've watched like some of my past vlogs, you'll know that I had a little bit of a obsession with this colour last year. So I look at the pink on that as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I also got another pair, which are mainly the green and the like bone white. Well, it's not bone white, it's like a jellyfish white, if that makes sense. These ones. And these, they're just like, I don't think I could possibly need another pair of hoop earrings. Also got some bangles, which I think will come in clutch for the summer. And then I got two sets of rings, of resin rings. There's like a jade colour in this one. It's not showing up well because, okay, it's like a jade-ish sort of colour, that one in the middle, along with some other browns and that milky sort of jellyfish white. I got a set of clear ones in multiple different like shapes and stuff. So that's that. I'm going to get into bed now. I'm going to cut myself a slice of hardy bread because I am having a little bit of a treat day / feel sorry for myself day. And I'm going to get into bed and do some editing now. Going to the gym for the first time in 2 weeks. How does that even happen? It's Tuesday. I've just finished filming some TikToks, which is why I'm semi-dressed. I did go out earlier today. I went to drop off my Hiya, or take it back to Argos because it wasn't working for some reason, and I had to take something back to Boots as well. So I've been out. Now I'm going to polish up the devotional I wrote yesterday. The devotional that I wrote yesterday was about grief. It was about the expectation of grief and our tendency, especially if you are like walking with God or you have started to take your faith seriously or you're new to faith or whatever it is, there's always like the expectation that we're never supposed to feel a difficult or a negative emotion ever again. Even if you're not like articulating that, there is like a thought deeply lodged in your head. Whenever I have kind of wanted to move forward or improve or grow, I've always like imagined a future where I don't ever feel bad. And by that I mean like if I'm going through something in the future that's difficult, I don't expect to have negative emotions surrounding it. I expect to just be like, oh, it's fine. And that's just not realistic because Jesus himself wept. Reacting to or just having negative emotions in response to a negative situation is normal and it's actually healthy because it is you unloading a burden essentially. That's what tears are. When you cry, you like experience a level of relief. But the key is that you're not supposed to live in that emotion. You're supposed to kind of visit it every so often in response to handling or having to endure a difficult scenario, and then you're supposed to kind of go home, and the place that you go home to is the word and the peace that comes from knowing what God has said already about you, about your future, and all the hope that you can get from the fact that God is going to bring restoration to whatever it is that you're experiencing, or he's going to reconcile whatever it is that you're experiencing and provide a solution for it. Grief is only for a while, and before you experience quite a miraculous recovery from whatever it is, no matter what it is you're going through. And those are all things that God promises, and the only way that you can stay rooted in that is if you learn it by heart, essentially, and apply it to your life, which is like an ongoing struggle of mine and a lot of other Christians. I feel like I'll be 50 and I'll still be having to remind myself to apply the things I know about God and what he has said about me. So grief is a normal part of life, and to expect to not encounter grief or to be disappointed when you encounter negative emotions is not godly. And that's something that I, as usual, am getting to grips with in my own life. So that is what I've written about, and I've got it to a second draft basis, so I just want to clean it up. And then I'm going to start to like establish the plan for the essay I'm writing for Sunday, which is about the very rare experience of having like an objective view and opinion of yourself. There have been times where I have like, I don't know how it happens, but you know when you're like on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever and you've like encountered one of your own posts on like the feed or in the story and you don't realise that it's yours, that very brief split second of how you react to it and how you feel about it is so interesting. And I've found that I've been like kind of indifferent towards my own like work or posts upon first glance sometimes, because I know the vision, I know what it is that I'm trying to do artistically or creatively or whatever it is. I think that it's just like the greatest thing ever. And then when I actually have like the rare opportunity to view it from another person's perspective who doesn't really know what I'm trying to do, I'll normally just be like, what's this? It's very interesting. And then I might start trying to edit the Paris vlog, which obviously by the time this comes out, the Paris vlog would have been up for a while. We're kind of trying to get back into scheduling with the vlogs. So yeah, that's the plan for today.
I've been darling.
I think so, yeah, because I don't really... I'm very randomly in Manchester today. I'm helping my sister shoot something for her brand. We're going to be here all day, pretty much. It's come up to 3 o'clock, actually. It was a 4-hour drive from London. But surprisingly, it didn't feel too bad. It is obviously a little bit colder up here. I've got this hat on simply because it's cold, because my hair is on its way out, and I'm going to take it out over the weekend very soon, so it's going to be a hat day for a couple of days now. Got myself a onigiri from Waitrose. Peppermint tea here, partially as a prop for the Things That Inspire Me series that I do on TikTok. But there is tea in here. I'm checking in with the vlog because it's been a while. I got back from Manchester 2 days ago. We just did a day trip. It wasn't like a overnight thing, which meant 8 hours of driving, which I didn't do. We got home at about 12:30 at night and we left the house at about 8. Anyways, it is Friday. I am gonna go out and do some work. I'm gonna go with my sister and run some errands first, and then I'm gonna take my laptop and we're gonna go and finish off the essay for this week. I feel like I haven't checked in writing wise with this vlog for a very long time. The devotional went out on Wednesday. Wednesday feels like a lifetime ago, so I'm trying to remember what I wrote about. The devotional was based on John 16 verse 33, which is the famous verse, I've told you these things so that you will have peace. In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, because I've overcome the world. I feature it a lot in the devotionals that I write because I feel, or I find myself having to lean on that verse a lot. It is what I describe as a key for many doors. I find that it helps with a lot of things that you will go through as a Christian. And I've written about it in the way of like featuring scriptures as staples, scriptures that we find ourselves going back to time and time again, and why, and how important it is to both understand the scripture, the context of it, as well as what God intended for it to do in the lives of those who read it, and how to apply it essentially. So I wrote about it along those lines, and how we use it to manage our expectations, the hope we kind of hold out for a perfect life with no sorrow or difficulty, and how the Bible explicitly says that that expectation is false. Anyway, I am writing this week essay-wise. What am I writing about? Asking yourself uncomfortable questions that pair with uncomfortable answers, and it's based on the book that I ordered from Amazon that I was going to buy from Paris, called What Artists Wear. I'm really enjoying it, for starters. The second chapter is about Louise Bourgeois. She was a French-American artist who died in 2010, aged 98, but for the majority of her life she was relatively unknown. Some excerpts from her diary from the 60s were featured, and they were talking about how unfulfilled and essentially sad she was for kind of living in her husband's shadow and not feeling like she could unleash herself as an artist. And I was reading it thinking, can you imagine spending most of your life doubting your worth in that way, but also just like having to grapple with the fact that you are making, or you're being creative for the love of it and not for the recognition and the monetary value and the life you could build for yourself through doing what you love. What I had to ask myself is, if that was you, if you knew that you were moving to a future where you never really got to make money off of what it is that you love to do, what kind of like, how would I feel about that? What would I do essentially? And obviously the only right answer should be that you would just, continue doing it for the love of it. But I had to be honest with myself and just be like, well, I wouldn't really be content to live a life like that. And, you know, I don't personally feel like that is God's portion for me, but it's something I'd have to confront if and when I cross that bridge. And that is something that kind of goes across the board. I feel like a lot of the time we anticipate things that we don't like and try and like measure out how we deal with it ahead of time. And a lot of times when you confront these things, like in the moment, you handle them very differently to how you think that you would. And so in a roundabout way, that is what the essay is about this week. Also, I'm still editing the Paris vlog, which is bringing me to tears. Well, it's not, but it's making me really grateful for the trip. It was such a good trip. I'm so glad that I started the year off that way. And it was an opportunity for a lot of quality time with God. And I'm someone who enjoys my own company like a lot. So if you can't tell from the vlog and the nature of them, I do a lot of things on my own. And so it was yet another opportunity to enjoy my own company. So yeah, that needs to be done also. I have a few TikToks that I need to film, but I've done one of them. I did that ahead of time, as I said. And I need to film an essay TikTok and a devotional TikTok, which are just essentially video versions of the stuff that I write every week. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to check in because it's been a minute and I feel like I've been here, there and everywhere of the vlog so far, so... I honestly don't remember the last time I picked up a camera. I've been doing a lot of filming for other things and other platforms. This vlog is going to be the longest vlog on earth in terms of time span. A lot of essays, a lot of devotionals have been written. I don't even know where we're at and what the last devotional slash essay I analysed for you or spoke about on this channel. But I've done my hair. We need to kind of hurry because my camera's going to die, but I've done my hair, gone for something a little bit lighter this time. It's still, I mean, it's kind of warm, it's kind of cool toned, it's a mixture of the two. I've added a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I've added a little bit of red in there. I was inspired by a braid colour kind of combination I saw on Pinterest. I'll do a little turn around. Same thickness, or thinness rather, braid wise. Did it a couple of days ago. And I'm enjoying it so far. Today is Thursday, if that means anything to you at this stage, because we have lost track of time. I'm about to go out and do a little bit of work. Same old, same routine. Working on the essay today. I'm a little bit tired this week. I feel just slightly discombobs, but I'll start the braids today with a navy jumper. The same navy jumper that I've been banging out over this like winter period, which we're now in spring. I've got these like, I've got the earrings in that I showed at the very beginning of this vlog. And I think this colour combination looks nice with the warmness of the hair. Anyway, but yeah, I'm actually uploading the Paris vlog right now. It took me forever to edit that vlog, I don't know what's going on. But that is out, and it obviously will be by the time this vlog goes out as well, so Really enjoyed putting that vlog together, and I'm going to enjoy watching it back as well. Such a great trip. Anyway, got my nails done as well. I knew I should have brought a scarf today. I'm out, well, I've just finished my class, my Saturday drama class. We're moving ever closer to the performance that I'm supposed to be doing, and so I don't really know how I feel. Anyway, well, I've got my laptop. I've got my laptop because I'm gonna do some work. I am working on a separate writing project, and I wanna go through the essay that's coming out tomorrow and just make sure it's where it needs to be. It's not a nice day today, but it's fine. I've got my heavy coat on. Melted my famous rosemary spray bottle. Tried to melt out the stains. Rosemary water stains, apparently. So I tried to melt it out with hot boiling water from the kettle, and it just turns it a funny shape, but no worries. We can still use it. The last time I did braids, I vlogged and I said that I have a braid hair care routine which involves rosemary water. It apparently helps to maintain the density of the hair in your scalp. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if I have been able to tell the difference, but to be honest with you, whenever I take my braids out and I have used this, my hair tends to look very similar to how it did before the braids went in, so I guess that's the most you can hope for. So yeah, I would say it works. Obviously it smells like rosemary, which is nice, so I thought I'd put it in now because I just made some. I've saved some as well so that I can make a tea. I'm gonna have it later when I come back from the gym, but I just spray it on my scalp. You might want to focus it on the bits of your hair that threaten to lose the most thickness, I suppose, if that phrase was worded correctly, which is the front, for me and most other people. And then, oh, just put some too much on my head. And then the nape as well. I'm also here to round off the vlog. I have no idea how long I've been vlogging for. This is the longest vlog on earth. There is a lot of footage I need to go through to package this vlog together. I hope you enjoyed it, because if you've gotten to this stage then you've obviously gotten to the end. And I'm going to pick up vlogging more consistently from tomorrow onwards, so I will see you in the next vlog, and I once again hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys soon.